This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. It's everybody's favorite time of the year. It's the time of the year where I am forced, almost contractually obligated, to have to talk about special teams. All right. And if I'm going to talk about special teams, this is going to be the most detailed special teams breakdown you're ever going to see. We're not just going to talk about the kicker and the punter and all that. It's not that interesting. We're going to talk about kick return. We're going to talk about defense. We're going to talk about a fair amount of everything that encapsulates special teams and how important will it ultimately be to this team's success. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the special teams room. Now, how do you break down a special teams room? Because there's like a bunch of people who are going to be on punt and kick return. Well, I'm going to boil it down to some key players and some key roles. You have Donovan Peoples-Jones, who right now is projected to be the punt returner. Maybe it's Jakeem Grant. We'll find out. But he was the best punt returner this team had last year until they definitively say he's not returning punts. He's returning punts. Jerome Ford's returning kicks because he did it last year. David Bell's returning kicks because he did it last year. Again, these things are fluid. They could change it out. I really don't think it's that important. I'll explain why I feel that way. And I know a lot of people who, like me, grew up in the Josh Cribb era is going to hear, hey, the kick returner and punt returner, this is not that important. And it's going to hit this piece in our body. It makes it go, ah. But it is true. It is true. Because let's remember, when special teams was the most important and best unit that this team had in Cleveland, we still sucked. So like, how far can special teams really take you is a question that needs to be asked. Jordan Kay is going to be one of the defensive special teams players. I'm going to talk about same thing with DeAnthony Bell. And then you got Cade York, of course, and Corey Bojo, the punter. Let's talk about the punter. Not much to talk about. He going to punt. Them balls going to be inbounds or out of bounds. As long as he don't fumble a punt, I really ain't like, you know how bad a punter got to mess up for anybody to care? Like, yeah, good punter, people going to notice because you're getting the ball pinned to like the 5 or something like that. But nobody's breaking their back for a good punter. Nobody's trading draft picks for a good punter. It's just punt the damn ball. And Corey, to his credit, just punts the damn ball. They had that hammer dude a couple years ago who couldn't punt the ball. He kept fumbling the ball. So as long as the punter can punt the damn ball, I'm straight. I'm good. Got no complaints. 10 out of 10. So Corey, he punts the ball. I don't know any advanced metrics for punters. I try to maintain a life outside of football, and I feel like once you start digging into advanced numbers with punters specifically, that's when you are contractually obligated to give up any fun that you have outside of the game of football, and I would like to hang on to that. So Corey, he's a punter. He punts the ball. As long as he punts the damn ball, I'm straight. All right, Cade York. My analysis on Cade York's not going to be any more complex. It's a very simple thing. And I think this is the thing about special teams. It's very simple. It's very simple. The rule on special teams isn't, hey, we need the greatest special teams unit we need, like it's on offense, right? It's not to be top 5. It's not to be top 10. The rule on special teams, if you're on special teams, your number one goal, don't up. And I couldn't say the word because this will get demonetized, but you can fill in the blank. Just don't up. Okay? That's all. That's all. If you're on special teams, you don't need to make a great play if the team's good. You don't need to make every field goal if the team's good. You don't need to coffin corner every punt if the team's good. And you don't need to make the greatest tackle in the universe on defense if the team's good. If the team is good, all I need special teams to do is not it up. That's it. Just don't mess up. You could be as average as you want to be. Right? In this day and age, we talk about average offense as if average is a bad thing. It's not. It's average. Same thing with average defense. But truly, average special teams, net positive. Nobody has ever lost anything because they've had average special teams. Nobody has ever won a Super Bowl because they've had the greatest special teams, right? Special teams being the best thing on your team, not a good thing. Because it means the rest of your team's probably garbage. But having special teams, a special teams unit that messes up, oh, that'll cost you a game. That'll cost you a game. So again, I implore everybody. Y'all think I hate kickers. Y'all think I hate special teams. I don't. But my relationship with special teams is, look, man, they got one job, and that job is not mess up. And then when they mess up, it's like, literally, I just need you to do one thing. I don't expect special teams to be great. I don't put high expectations on guys in special teams role. I don't get upset if somebody's supposed to be a great kick returner and they just, I don't care how good the special teams is. I just need them not to mess it up. Just don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. That's all the special teams needs to do. Every time you see a ball get kicked or a ball get punted, you just want them to make the tackle. You don't care if that ball gets into the 5 or 10. It'd be great. But like, as long as they get the tackle, hey, cool. Special teams off the field, we good. They didn't mess up. What's not messing up for all of these positions that I mentioned? Kick returner, punt returner is obvious. Don't fumble the damn ball. Don't muff the punt. Don't drop the kick return, wherever. Just catch it. You can take a knee. You can fair catch. If we lead the league in fair catches, I ain't tripping. I promise you, I ain't tripping. I ain't worried. I ain't tripping. I actually will be ecstatic if we lead the league. If we just lead the league in fair catches. As long as we're at the bottom of the league in muff punts, hey, man, I'm good. I'm good. I have no problem with that. I have absolutely no problem with that. Same thing with kick returns. If we don't return a single kick, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. As long as we're not turning the ball over on a kick return. Special teams defense. What do I need from special teams defense? Don't give up no damn kick returns. There's only but so many kick return touchdowns in the NFL. Don't let it be you. And you better not let it be you multiple times. No kick returns, no punt returns. Just make the average ass tackle. If I go through the whole year and I can't remember one defensive special teams highlight, you did your job. Because if I remember anything the special teams did, it's more than likely somebody chasing or a punter making a tackle or a kicker making a tackle. We've already seen it twice in the preseason, so I'm not really like high on the special teams defense right now. But again, that's all I need special teams defense to do. That's all I need them to do. Special teams offensive line. Hey, man, don't let somebody block our kicks or punts. Just as long as if K. York misses a kick and it's his fault and it's like a 50-yard field goal, man, it is what it is. Those are hard. It's not 100%. If K. York misses a field goal because you let somebody through and block the punt or kick, well, then that sucks. What are we doing here? Again, for everybody who ever plays special teams, if you're a child and you're about to play special teams, if you're an adult and you play special teams and for some reason you're watching this video, your job is just to not mess up. That's all we need you to do. If that puts less or more pressure on you, I'm sorry. But like, hey, man, that's the job. Just don't mess up. Just don't. Just whatever you do, avoid the big mistake. Hey, instead of a 30-yard punt, you got not a 20-yard punt. That's not that good. Instead of a 50-yard punt, you got a 40-yard punt. I ain't tripping. I really ain't tripping. You know, when like you have a chance to do a coffee corner and the kick and the punter misses it and it goes into the end zone, nobody really cares. It's not a good play for the punter, but hey, he didn't mess up. That's the philosophy. special teams. Just don't mess it up. The defense is good enough. The offense is good enough. All we need you to do is not mess it up. Cade York, what would messing it up for Cade York look like? Missing under 40-yard field goals, missing extra points. I could deal with every other miss. If it's a 50-yarder, if it's a 60-yarder, hell, even if it's a 60-yarder for the game, I'll be upset for like 10 minutes. But ultimately, I'll understand. I'm not still mad at Cade York for missing that kick versus the Chargers. He missed another kick in the game that was like a 40-yarder. That's what I'm mad about. But I'm not upset for him missing the 50-yarder at the end of the game. Hey, man, sometimes that happens. But if he misses an extra point, dog, I'm going to be furious. Again, the goal is simple for special teams. Just don't mess up. Just don't mess it up. Don't make the big mistake. Push come to shove, just fair catch it. If you feel like there's a chance you might muff this punt because you're trying to return it, just to fair catch it. I don't care. Just fair catch it. Let it bounce. Just don't get the ball turned over. That's all I want from special teams. Truly, that's what I want. I don't need them to be great. I understand. We grew up in an era where Phil Dawson and Josh Cribbs were, outside of Joe Thomas, were legitimately the best players on the Browns. And that makes us nostalgic for special teams. But I'm telling you, we nostalgic for some very trash teams. That's not your fault. That's just what we got. We're going to be nostalgic for anything. We nostalgic for some trash teams. That doesn't mean our nostalgia is right. All right. The special teams being pretty much an afterthought. Hey, man, that's cool with me. As long as I'm not upset about them, I'm good. My expectations are very low for the special teams. I don't have high expectations. I just want them to not mess up. Just don't make the big mistake. That's it. I don't care if we lead the league. I just don't fumble the ball. Don't get the ball fumbled. Don't turn the ball over. Don't miss an extra point. Just the simple stuff. Just the simple stuff. We do the simple stuff, we'll be fine. That's where I'm at with punt return, kick return. I don't care who punt returns, who kick returns. I don't care if they're great at it. Just don't fumble the damn ball. That's it. If you got to be a possession punt returner, do that. Hell, put me out on punt return. I would every time. Okay, I'm not running it. What I'm going to do with it? Put the least athletic, most short-handed dude you can put out there. You know what I mean? Put DeJuan Jones out there, punt return. Just make sure his big ass catch the ball and he fair catch it. I don't care if we have a great returner. I don't care if we have a great punt returner. I just don't care. Defensively, just be decent. We don't need to lead the league in special teams. Just be decent. Don't try to don't gamble and try to make a big play. Just make the tackle. Don't let them get more than 20 yards on a return. Kicker, 40-yard field goals, extra points. That's it. Those are very low expectations. If he does that, I'll be cool. Corey, literally just punt the ball, brother. Like, as long as Corey punts the ball, I'm not upset. I don't see why people think I'm like this mean person for special teams. I have the lowest expectations for all of these guys. All of these positions. That's all I want. That's all I need. Special teams. That's really it. I don't want to be sitting here talking about how special teams changed the game. I don't want to be sitting here talking about, man, if we would have just fumbled that punt, then we would have had a chance. And to say, I just don't make the big mistake, man. Just don't make it. That's it. Because if you do, I'm going to be furious because I'm not asking for much. Y'all can see I'm not asking for much. I don't want to be the best special teams unit. I just don't want you to make the big mistake. Let's just be that. Let's be like every other NFL team. And if we do that, we'll be fine. But that's my thoughts on the special team room. Depth-wise, you can't put depth on special teams. We're just talking about special teams and what my expectations are for the special teams. So that's my thoughts and expectations for the special teams. Let me know what y'all are saying. Do y'all want a great special teams room? Or if great risk is you making the big mistake, would you rather just have a decent one? Because I don't even want to risk making the big mistake on special teams. Why? Just make the regular play. Special teams should not factor into the result. And if it does, it's because somebody made a big mistake. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Y'all have a great day. Have a good night.